Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Mahler with MovieWeb. It's a pleasure to speak with you today about this. I really enjoyed it on a lot of different levels. I guess, Stefan, I'd like to start sort of early. Nick Frost was writing this. I think I heard you say that you had to convince him to star in it. Is that true? And why?
No, it was always he was always planning to. I mean, it was written for Nick. Nick wrote it for Nick, and I think that was perfect. And that was exactly when I came in. I mean, he wrote a script, which what already was like an amazing thing. Like I mean, I'm a big fan of his, yeah, from the beginning. So he wrote a script, and he would star in it, and he also co-produces the film. So I mean, for me, this was just the best intro of a chat you could have with someone about their script. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. I apologize. I think it was at Fantastic Fest. You two were talking about it and the most difficult aspect of it. And I think, yeah, it was something involved with that and acting. He has an anxiety sometimes that I think helps him. I guess staying on this subject, Maisie, uh, it's kind of a complicated character. I'm not going to get into anything yet, no spoilers, but uh, what sort of time did you spend as a family unit together and relating with Nick and Aisling? What sort of feelings did you want to sort of, because it feels very lived in, like you are a family. So, how did that come about? What was the bonding like? Any communication about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was very cool because obviously I feel like it all happened very quickly. Like we all kind of arrived in Finland. It was kind of all guns blazing from the very start. And it was good because I felt like we quite quickly all just started bonding anyways, just as people. Like we all really got along. Like we kind of felt like a little family unit. And especially because I think like me and Bash were living in like the same place. And it's just we saw each other all the time. And I think because we started feeling comfortable around each other as people, I think that just kind of translated into the work. And then obviously then it was a case of, okay, well, like now how do they relate to each other in a way that's different? Jesse relates very differently to, Nick's characters. I relate to Nick. So it was kind of working out my different relationships with every single member of the family and then working out how that translates as a family unit, how that changes. But it was so fun to work that out because I think because we spent so much time together, you had just so much time to try different things out and yeah, and play with it.
Your necklace, by the way, reminds me of Uzumaki, the spiral. Um, yeah, Sebastian, on that subject, I mean, were you a fan of Nick's and Ashling's before, and did that help or create any sort of hindrance with developing that relationship? Because you have kind of a more antagonistic relationship with your father character here. Uh, Talk about developing that.
I mean, I'm a fan of both of theirs. And I'm fortunate enough to have worked with Nick, twice before. So I had a really nice relationship with him going into it. And I think what was so wonderful about Nick and his approach to this was, I think considering this all came from his mind and he created it, literally on day one, not even day one, before we begun, he kind of said to all of us, look, this is your character now. To Stefan, this is your film now. Like, go run wild, do what you want to do with it. And I think it was the first time I really felt like I had not only just free reign, but like someone just trusted me and trusted us and trusted Stefan to just do our thing with it. And so having someone as great as Nick and someone as wonderful as Ashling at the helm of it was like, on the whole, amazing. The only way it wasn't amazing was they are so good and so funny, and they're able just to stay in the world. And then me and Maisie are in the corner, like dying with laughter. And I think maybe 30% of the shoot could have been cut off if I wasn't laughing, but I was, so I had to retake things.
And Nick never corpses.
He
Like
never caught. It's
never,
so annoying.
not
Even
once.
when he
And he will
finds
just
something funny, He'll
Like,
wait till the cut and then he'll laugh. He's such a pro.
Yeah, in those situations, it's like you almost want them to laugh once.
Yeah,
It's
just
like stop
once.
being
I
perfect.
just want one.
especially because he was making us laugh so much. It was like, just once, I'd like you to be the one ruining
Yeah.
this day.
Yeah. Stefan, discussing this family unit like we are, it's interesting. You have this and Krazy House, I believe, also with Nick. Both of them sort of subvert a very specific genre. Um, and also like deconstruct the nuclear family in kind of sick ways. I'm curious if the two of them feel like a pair to you, or if there's other resemblances to the two of them in your mind.
I mean, it's obvious that I'm a family man. I just love love families. And I also love to, I don't know, fuck around with it, with the whole concept. So, yeah, of course, that is yeah, in a way, there's lots of links, but there are two totally different films. But what is a great thing about this? I mean, we almost shot those films back to back. So I had this wild year where I was in talks with Nick about Getaway. Then there was a window. Flip and I pushed in our film Krazy House. We gave the script to Nick. He was like, "All right, fuck it, I'm in. I love this." So I mean, I had the luxury to shoot a whole film with Nick just before starting production and shooting another film with Nick, which was Nick's script. So I think that was something very special. There was a shorthand between us because I mean, yeah, we were talking so much. Um, um, yeah, so that was pretty special.